Hey all, this is Rosie Snow, the Director of Christian Discipleship at Wesley Memorial United Methodist Church. Um, for this week's Discipleship Dispatch, I am just going to read to you some thoughts that I had written out yesterday. So I hope that this resonates for you this week. So much of our new lives, as we collectively move through this pandemic, is about restriction. No longer allowed to congregate, no longer allowed to go many places, to work, to move forward with projects, to pay the bills, no longer allowed to feel safe, and no longer able to ignore the multitudes of cracks in our systems of mutual care. Cracks that are opening into chasms under the intense pressure from this crisis. For so many, these restrictions are devastating, and in so many ways, even those who are fortunate enough to be able to weather this in comfort are dealing with significant psychological strain. In this week's sermon, Isaac suggested that people lay aside Lenten practices that are meant to withhold comfort. My message today is to echo that. Everything can't be restrictions. This must also be a time of permissions that we don't usually give ourselves. Permission, for instance, to unplug and ignore the news. This week I had to quit Twitter and news because it was causing an unmanageable level of anxiety. In the space that opened up when I did that, I found calm and the sweetness and support. The way that I relate to life shifted for the better. I checked in a few days later and was no less informed than if I had been glued to my screen consuming news the whole time. If you can, consider giving yourself this gift. Give yourself permission to take pleasure in things. The changing seasons, relationships with loved ones, whether in your household or over video chat. Small things, the play of light on the curtains, planting a seed, stretching. It's not selfish to take pleasure in things when there's so much suffering, even your own. It is an intervention, and it may be more powerful than we realize. Give yourself permission to heal. For a lot of people, this crisis is bringing up a lot of trauma and scars from past experiences. Some of us may not have even realized how much we were carrying until this crisis somehow brought that to the forefront. Paradoxically, this may be a time in which God is inviting us to heal, to finally heal. I believe that if we put our intention for healing to God, God will respond in God's own way. I invite you also to dream, to imagine the world healed, to dream about a world that takes better care. Imagine yourself doing what you truly want to do in the future. Imagine what you truly want to create. These are just some suggestions. I encourage you to find other ways to give yourself permission. Take care, and God bless.